that we're. And then also, could you mute your microphone unless you're interacting, please? So a thumbs up if you know how to use that. Okay. L&I has 12 early return to work consultants located throughout the state to help you. Our team also includes 2 bilingual Spanish-speaking consultants, and we're here to help you navigate the return to work process. Our consultants can assist you at any of your company locations throughout the state of Washington. Now, if you have an employee injured in the state of Washington, but your headquarters is located outside of the state of Washington, don't worry, we can still provide you assistance. Our purpose here at L&I is to guide you and support you in creating your own return to work culture. So again, at any time during our webinar, please feel free to use the reaction button to raise a hand, or you can use the chat if you have a question. A return to work culture is an environment where everyone at the business all work together proactively to bring an injured worker back to work quickly and safely. Now, in creating this culture, we'll help you understand the tools and the processes to create your own return to work program. Providing appropriate light duty work helps keep your L&I insurance premiums low, and it also allows you to qualify for this financial reimbursement. With that, let's take a deeper dive. Return to work culture. What do we mean when we say this? Well, we see a return to work culture as a collective mindset within the organization that focuses on returning an injured employee to work as soon as possible. To create a return to work culture, all levels of an organization should have one vision. Now, this vision should be well communicated and enable workers, management, and owners of a business to work together to develop and foster a workplace that sees the importance of return to work, not only for the business, but also for the well-being of its employees. Early return to work is critical in preventing long-term disability. This study from Washington State L&I suggests that individuals off work for more than 6 months have only a 55% chance of returning to work in any capacity. And by 2 years, it's down to less than a 5% chance of a return to work. The good news is that studies also show that 80 to 90% of injured employees would rather return to work than collect disability. And that's not surprising, because if you go out on time loss disability, a worker is only getting approximately 60% of their regular wage. Now, unfortunately, when there isn't a timely return to work, it costs employers time and money. It's been shown that 60 to 80% of lost work days are medically unnecessary. Now, I think somebody has their mic open. If they could close that, that would be helpful, I think, for the group. Thank you. While there are a variety of reasons an employee may not return to work, the employer themselves can often be the barrier. Employers sometimes mistakenly believe they should wait for a full release to work from the medical provider, or that they would have to develop a brand new job for their employee to return to work. An employer also may feel that there are legal or financial reasons not to offer light duty work. Research into Washington's worker compensation system found that employees not offered light duty work after 3 months post-injury were almost 2 times more likely to develop a chronic work disability. Investments into return to work programs can be very profitable opportunities for employers. A study found that the implementation of a return to work program resulted in an 87.5% reduction in costs. According to another study, employees recover from injuries 3 times faster when they're on the job, and employer return to work efforts can save up to 70% in claim costs. A different study looked at the effects of return to work best practices on organizations and found on average, that for every $1 spent, there was nearly a $4 return on investment over a 2-year period. So, for example, if you purchase a stool so that a worker with a leg injury can elevate their leg and continue to work in light duty, you're going to reap the benefits of not having to hire or train a new person to replace them. Are there any questions so far? Okay. Well, creating a return to work culture will demonstrate your care and your concern for your worker. This will help avoid permanent work disability by providing light duty work opportunities for your injured worker to remain productive while they recover at work. For employers, the process will help you keep your employees engaged, maintain morale and productivity, improve employee retention, which saves costs associated with hiring and training new employees to replace that injured worker, and it will help you qualify for Washington State work benefits. Now, for injured employees, return to work gives them a sense of purpose. It improves their sense of self-worth. They feel valued as a team member. It helps them preserve their professional skills and ability to earn an income. A lengthy return to work study even found that injured workers who continue working have shorter recovery times and a longer life expectancy than those who are out of work. When the employer and the employee work together, they can create a team that is tasked with promoting a return to work culture. It all sounds great, right? Well, that's where early return to work consultation will assist you in developing a return to work culture for your business. An injury occurs, now what? Well, let's take a look at our fictional scenario here. Our worker, Leo, is a dedicated and hardworking apple picker. This photograph captures Leo and his coworkers 1 minute before he unfortunately fell off his ladder and hit the ground. The good news is that the medical provider said he only sustained a left arm sprain and a strain to his neck. But because you've implemented a return to work culture, you know that you want Leo back to work. What are the steps that will allow you to bring him back to work quickly and safely in a light duty job? Well, your first step is to review the medical information that Leo's medical provider gave him at his appointment yesterday. Then you need to decide if there is light duty work within the medical provider's restrictions. Now, in working with Leo, you both determine that yes, you're pretty sure you can come up with something for him to do. You develop a light duty job description, you send it to the document to the medical provider for review, and then once the medical provider has approved the light duty job description, it's time to offer Leo the job and get him back to work. So let's look at those steps in a little more detail. Are we good so far? Okay, your first step.
Yes, you're good. No
Okay.
comments.
Thank you. First, let's look at the medical information from the medical provider. This information is usually communicated via the activity prescription form, and that's what you see on the left. It's also known as the APF. The document on the right is the employer's job description form, and it's a template that will allow you to document a light duty position for Leo. It's this form, the employer's job description form, that tells the medical provider about the light duty position you are willing to offer an injured worker. So let's take a look at Leo's APF. His medical provider released him to modified duty, noting the restriction of no use of the left upper extremity or the left arm. You can see the chart that indicates use of left, right, or both upper extremities. See that here. Leo is restricted from ladders, twisting, or crawling. He's also not able to use his left arm to reach, work above shoulders, keyboard, or perform forceful grasping, such as using a hand tool or using his fingers to pinch. However, the medical provider did indicate that Leo is able to use his right arm on an occasional basis, which we can see from the chart, is 1 to 3 hours per day. Now, this helps Leo from overusing his right arm. If you can't identify light duty tasks for Leo, then let's check with him to see if he has any ideas for light duty tasks within his current capacities. The employer's light duty job description physical demands must correspond to the physical capacities as identified on the activity prescription form. Please note that the APF is for a 24-hour period to include work and home, so not just at work. So you've now determined that Leo is able to perform a light duty position that includes bin checking, row walking, and trash pickup. You've checked the box that notes light duty transitional, and you've included the claim number, the company name, the light duty job title, which is different than the regular job, your phone and your fax number, and Leo's usual work pattern of 8 hours per day, 5 days a week, or part-time hours if that is all the doctor indicates he's able to work. Your local early return to work consultant can assist you with completing the light duty job description form to ensure information such as essential job duties, machinery, tools, equipment, and personal protective equipment is complete and accurate. With proper editing, you can ensure that your template is easily adjusted for a variety of light duty jobs and specific employee needs. One size can actually fit all. For job duties, we're having Leo make bin tags and ensure bins are at correct fullness. He'll keep track of which rows are picked, thinned, and pruned. Also, Leo will collect paper trash around the farm, orchard, and at the fence line. Now, to perform this light duty position, conforming with the activity prescription form, Leo will be alternating between standing and walking throughout the day. He may alternate between bending and stooping on a seldom basis. Additionally, Leo will be using that right arm only on an occasional basis to perform job tasks, including reaching out, handling and grasping, and using his fingers to operate items such as the grabber trigger and electronic bin tagger. All of Leo's tasks in this light duty position involve lifting, carrying, pushing, and pulling a